Alright, so I'm going to Frozen Head State Park, where they do the Barkley Marathons, and I've been excited for this for like 2 years, ever since the Where Dreams Go to Die documentary came out, and I'm not even there. I'm still in town, and look at this place. Insanity. Alright, so I'm at the Visitor Center in Frozen Head State Park. This is not where the Barkley starts, because I don't see the little thing they start at, the little pavilion-looking thing, and they don't have the little yellow gate, so I'm going to find that before I leave, though, for sure. I gotta see that. It turns out the place I pulled over was actually the prison. There is still a prison there, so the guard came up, and he was just like, "What are you here for?" And I was like, "I was just an idiot taking pictures." So yeah, I did not know that there was a real prison literally just right down at the bottom of the mountain, but there is. So I got antsy, and this old Mac trailhead is the first one I came to. So I'm just going to start here. Why not? This place feels like what you'd imagine Appalachia would be like as somebody that's not from there. Like, it's dark and foggy and quiet, and just like, I love this place. Alright, so this trail that I'm on, so North Old Mac Trail ends in 3.6 miles. The Panther Branch trailhead goes for 2.5, but I think Panther Branch might be like a summit, so like I might get a good view in 2.5 miles. But the lookout tower is 4.5 miles. So one of the 4 towers is 4.5 miles this way. But if it's the wrong one, it's going to be a 9-mile trip to come back to my car. So I'm really gambling that this is going to be the one that's in the documentary. But if not, oh well. I love the old school wooden bridges they have here, with like the cracks in the slats, and they kind of wobble and the whole deal. It's just awesome. I absolutely love this little green stream right here. It looks bad on the video. I just looked at the last one. But man, it's so pretty in person. So, right back here along this creek bed, I seen some guy, and I thought he looked kind of vaguely familiar, and I was like, "Hey man, do you know where the Barkley Marathon starts?" And he had all these stories and went on and on. He's like, "Yeah, I raced it a few times back in the day, but I'm in my 50s now, so I just host a bunch of racers, and I'm in the lead of the search and rescue, so I have to stay in shape and all this." It was Brian Young. I'm gonna look him up. I'm pretty sure I've heard that name somewhere. But he had stories about everybody. He knows everybody that's down here. It's craziness. And he knew all the trails. He showed me exactly what fire tower to go to, which was not the right one that I was on, and all kinds of stuff. And he gave me like a detailed directions on how to drive to the old Brushy Mountain prison, where the dude escaped and spent 60 hours to only get 6 miles or whatever. So yeah, I'm gonna go go check that out. But that was probably the highlight of the day so far, was getting to talk to Brian Young for half an hour at a creek. Yeah, this place is beautiful, but I mean, they were not kidding. It is up, down, up, down, up, down. The elevation changes are just ridiculous. I keep telling myself, man, I gotta make up time, I gotta get going, gotta make up time, gotta get going, and every time I turn a corner, I come up to something like this. I may as well just keep my phone in my hand at this point. Alright, so I made it up to this gravel road. I'm done with the old Mac trail, that 3 miles. So I came out there, and then I came up here. And there's this intersection of like 5 trails. So Brian told me to come up here and take a left, but he told me about the prison and the starting gate and the tower and all this stuff, so I'm not really sure what is off to the left at this point. So this sign says that Tub Springs is 200 feet this way, and Arms Gap is 1.5 miles, and I would kind of like to see both of those, but this one says Lookout Tower, 1/2 mile to the right. And he said to go left, so I'm probably going to go left, but while I'm here, I think I'm going to go right and check out this tower. Maybe it's the one from the documentary, but regardless, I'm 1/2 mile from it, so why not? But after that, I'm going to come back and just go that way. So I just talked to some young kid, and he said that he didn't realize until he got up here, but it is the one from the documentary, because they have, like, signage and whatnot that shows you all the different stuff. But he's like, yeah, I think that is Rat Jaw. So yeah, I'm super excited that this is the right one. And I'm amazed that I just randomly headed off in the right general direction this morning, because I never do stuff like that. I mean, it has been just a slow, brutal climb for like 2 hours at this point. Just a gradual hill for 4 miles or something. This is definitely it. So in the documentary, they come up here and they watch the 3 leaders or whatever come right up here, and then that's where, this is the tower. This is literally where they stopped to get water, and then they seen Gary and the other guy real quick, and then they just ran back down. This is the hill. It's crazy. Man, that That's rough though. That would be a rough hill. Yeah, so here's the top of the tower, and they still have the picnic tables out. That's where they put the cubes of water, so that the guys could take water. But, crazy. Surreal to be here. I've watched that documentary like 10 times. Alright, so this is the top of the fire tower. Oh man. I wish I knew what all these little summits were called. My crazy ass thought I was going to get to see all these in the next week. That ain't going to happen. Okay, so this little guide right here of the southeastern view tells you what all these little peaks are. So this first one over here with the two little peaks is Fodderstack Mountain, 3,240 feet. And then okay, so behind that, off in the distance, you can't see, it's too foggy, is the beginning of the Great Smoky Mountains National Park. It's Mount LeConte or LeConte. And then three is that kind of sharp one in the front. Big Brushy Mountain. That's the one the prison's named after. And then Petros is this little, so down here is this little town. It's called Petros? Yeah, Petros. And that is where, so this tree's in my way, but that's where the Brushy Mountain State Penitentiary, the prison that guy escaped from, was actually there. And then Kingston Steam Plant. So in the back, where is it? I just seen a smokestack. Anyway, there's a coal plant way off in the distance somewhere. I don't know. Calls on that one. Kingston Steam Plant. Originally created for the Manhattan Project, but yeah, I don't know. We can't see it from here. And then number 6, that little sharp one right there, is Indian Knob, 3,100 feet. And then all the way over here is Kelly Mountain, 3,150. Which, I don't know how it is, but that's the lowest. This is the lowest one in elevation of the 7. I don't know how that could be. But, yeah, insane view from here. If I remember right from the documentary, didn't Gary's wife, who had a little baby she had to carry, didn't she walk up here from wherever they camped and had the starting line? I mean, if that's the case, it's got to be close. I might go back to wherever Brian said to go, and then try to investigate and see if I can find that yellow gate. He did tell me that it's at Big Cove, but nothing on the map or on All Trails is listed as Big Cove, but he did tell me they're renovating it, so I have to like sneak on there and say, and he said if anybody asks, act lost and say, oh sorry, I'm on my way to Berger. I don't know where Berger is, but he said they'll probably just let you pass by. So yeah, I'm gonna definitely come hell or high water try to find the yellow gate today. And now the rain sets in. I'm not going to complain about rain. I'm never going to complain about rain, but especially not this week. Got back to this intersection, and I started up the other way, going uphill again, and I just seen some guy, and he's like, hey, how's it going, man? And he's like, you're the first person I've seen today. There's not a soul back here. And I thought, how is that even possible? Place like this on a Sunday at noon? How? And also, literally every single person that I've seen here so far, which is 4, has been like a nice, bubbly dude that wanted to stop and have a conversation for 20 minutes. Like, it's such an opposite from Missouri state parks. Don't quote me, but I think this is an old wine cellar. 200 years ago, somebody got arrested for making moonshine in there. Okay, so it turns out Tub Springs is a campsite. So I looked on the GPS on All Trails, and if I go down here, it's like a mile and a half, but it goes down to some Ames, whatever, just a little ridge, but it's the lowest one. It's only like 2,600 feet. So if I go this way and then go like the third option at that intersection of 5, it'll take me straight to Old Mac Mountain, which I just did Old Mac Trail. So I'm going to go summit that too. And then from there, I really need to look for anything called Big Cove and see if I can find this front gate. Okay, so there was a Tub Springs campground back there, but some guy just told me, so this little thing right here, they actually used to, this is actually Tub Spring right here inside this. They actually built a stone building, a stone little cabin around a spring, and they used to lock a door and put it on there so they could control who got the water. Craziness. Well, I came to another fork in the road with 5 ways to go. We got Panther Gap, the road. This goes to Panther something trailhead, Panther BR. Panther Bridge, maybe? I don't know. Panther Trailhead. Old South Mac and Tub Springs and Fire Towers that way. That's where I came. Nothing that says Big Cove. Oh well. Find it eventually. So, this one that says Panther Gap here has got a sign that says Panther Gap Rock House. And there's a little trail, but it doesn't even show up on the map or on All Trails, so I'm intrigued. Let's go see a rock house. So I just saw my first lightning strike. Maybe that's why there's not a lot of people here today. It's a good day to come. Alright, so this is the rock house, and in all honesty, this is a mansion by 150 years ago standards. I mean, they even got tables down here. But yeah, this would have been, I can't believe that nobody had made this into an actual house. Cherry Log Gap. As far as I can tell, that's also not on All Trails and not on my map, so I'll probably find out that was something cool later and regret not looking into it more. If I find a side trail, I'm definitely going to take it though. Okay, so I am at the summit of the Old Mac Mountain now, and it's pretty and all, but this is not really the view that I had in mind for the summit of this mountain. So, Little Fork Mountain is up here, not far, maybe half a mile. So I'm gonna go push onto there and see if it's better. If not, I am probably just going to backtrack down here and take the Panther Den Trail back to down, because it goes down and then back closer to the car, and I still have to figure out where Big Cove is. I got 6 hours. I'm definitely going to be able to find the front gate before I leave, but I'm probably not going to hang out on these ridges if it's going to be hot and muddy and look like Missouri trails. So this is the summit of Little Fork Mountain, which is the highest one of this pass of 3. And it's so pretty right there, but you can't see anything on the video. I mean, it's all foggy because it's still raining over there, but yeah, this is not really the view I expected from the high points back here on this far ridge. So I don't think I'm going to continue up the ridge because I'm just going to have to either backtrack or fight my way down the creek. So I'm going to go back, I think, and go to Panther Den, but first I'm going to see if I can maybe get a halfway decent picture of this, because you can't get, it keeps focusing on the trees in front of me, but the backdrop, like the mountain in the back, is so pretty right here. No, I don't think it's going to be very fruitful. The combination of the fog and just all the trees in the way is just not the thing out of it. But yeah, I'm going back this way, and I'm going to go back past Old Mac, the summit of Old Mac Mountain, and then back down the Panther Den Trail. It's probably a good idea to turn back because it is getting dark in here. It's getting, I think the big storm cloud's coming in. Alright, so I'm at the beginning of this Panther trailhead. So anyway, I'm at the end of it, I guess. The trailhead is 1.1 miles from here. I thought I started on this trail, so my car might be at the end of it, but I don't know. I definitely got off pretty quick, so yeah, I don't know. I love the side of this hill. I know with the my phone will adjust the light so it'll look kind of grayish, but it actually in the rain looks super, super green. Yeah, in a Barkley Marathon situation where you just are running up and down these hills, this would suck. Imagine that shit in the rain. And like everybody that has done it on podcasts, they tell stories about people like, oh, they just take off running down a hill and just tumble all the way to the bottom. Like, how would you even... I would have to go to the hospital after that. With it raining, I actually think that it's way prettier to walk across this ridge than it was to walk up on top of it. I love this weather. You can't really tell, but it's super dark and it's silent. Like, I've got the whole mountain to myself. It's probably going to start storming its ass off, but oh well. This waterfall reminds me of home. All Missouri waterfalls. I've said it before and I'll say it again. This weather right here is the best to hike in. I love this weather. Also, I'm sure it's no secret at this point, but I just like pictures of old rotten logs. I don't know why, I just think they're cool. Is this a gecko? I have never seen a lizard that's this color orange in my life.
Come on, move. Move.
Anyway, he is alive. He moved a minute ago. This side of the mountain I'm ascending down now is super foggy. Like something out of a movie. Alright, I'm pretty much back now. So yeah, there's the parking lot. Yeah, I spent way too much time taking pictures back there. It's almost 5:30, and so I've got to find the front gate and take a picture of the yellow gate. Hopefully they let me in. And then I want to go down to the prison too. But the prison, they have like tourist stuff and whatnot, and apparently you can go through it, Ryan said. But it closes at 7, so I gotta hurry on that. Okay, so Brian was right, it's closed because they're doing reconstruction on it, so I got the gate closed, but I'm just gonna walk up there anyway. But you have to drive over this old rickety bridge, it's so cool, but you slide everywhere on it because there's moss and like it's slick. But yeah, these bridges are super cool. It's actually really fitting that I have to walk up this road because during the documentaries, all of them, like at the end, everybody's like screaming like for people to hurry up and go, and this is the road they're always walking. It feels surreal to be here. It feels like I've been here 1,000 times. Well, I made it to the gate. I wish that they still had the license plates up somewhere, but I'm sure they don't. Should they take them with them? I mean, oddly enough, this is one of the biggest parks I've ever been to. This is a state park, but it feels smaller than I imagined. But right here is where Lazarus Lake's little thing always is. Either right there. Well, I guess that's not big enough. It's got to be right here. Is where Lazarus Lake's like little tent is, where they check in and whatnot. And then they had the license plates up. I cannot get over how short this gate is. I mean, it's like, it seems so imposing on all the documentaries. It is. It's just it's belly button height on me. The stone is, I mean, that's way lower than waist high. That's upper thigh. And just, it seems weird to me that it's that short. I imagined the stone being taller than me and that being a big, massive gate. Alright, so I just left the park and I put in my GPS on how to get to the Brushy Mountain State Penitentiary. It is a 22-minute drive. It's on the route that they used to have to go to 5 times, and it takes 22 minutes to drive there. That's crazy to me. That means they had to run the distance that it would have took, what's 22 times 5? That it would have took an hour and 45 minutes or some shit to drive. That's craziness. There's also an actual prison. I don't know if I should be recording this, but there's an actual prison that's right here at the base of this state park. Which is also just kind of crazy. It's crazy they didn't move when they rebuilt the prison, why they decide to build it right back where it was the first time when it got escaped from and people ran off in the woods and got lost for 60 hours. There's a lot of "don't come here" and "do not park here" signs, but then everybody I see working just waves. So I mean, here's the prison. Hopefully they're gonna just let me in. I don't know. For prison, for anything, this location is ridiculous. Yeah, beautiful. So, as it turns out, you have to get a tour to go inside. Yeah, it's Sunday, that's not gonna happen, but I didn't even know you could go inside of the prison until I talked to Brian earlier, so, oh well, I know for next time.